Trump just deployed the National Guard into DC and took control of its local law enforcement, and that is scary. And it's got a lot of people wondering if something like this can happen in Baltimore or in other cities. Now, first off, it is not martial law. That's the scary one. That's when the military takes control of police and certain constitutional rights are suspended. That's not happening. He invoked Section 740 of the Home Rule Act, which is a federal law that only applies to Washington, D.C. It allows the president, under times of emergency, to temporarily take control of local law enforcement for up to 30 days. Now, beyond 30 days, he has to get approval from both the U.S. House and the U.S. Senate to allow it to continue. Which, if this is any consolation to my friends in D.C., if you look at the math, they just don't have the votes. That's highly unlikely. Now, in the next 48 hours, he has to report to Congress why he invoked 740 and how long he plans on invoking 740. Now, he said it's because crime is running rampant after this 19-year-old ex-Doge employee named Big Balls was carjacked. But if you look at the statistics for DC and most major cities, crime is down. So that reason just doesn't make any sense. It's actually more plausible that this is just another distraction from the questionable activities he's been named in the news lately. And you probably know what I'm talking about. So can he do this in Baltimore and other cities? And the answer is no. Washington, D.C. is not a state. And because of that, it has different laws, like this Home Rule Act, which only applies to Washington, D.C., nowhere else. Can he federalize the National Guard and send them into cities like he did in LA? He can do that, but only to protect federal property, not for policing. I mean, the court is honestly still out on the LA thing. On every level, this is wrong, especially from the President of the United States, who's supposed to protect the Constitution, not find ways around the Constitution. But democracy isn't dead in this. This is yet another fight that we know we've got to fight, and probably another example of a law that has to be changed. The president shouldn't have this much power.